welcome back to my channel. You're probably wondering, Lauren, you don't even have the makeup on. Why are you doing your intro with a bare face in a Gymshark shirt right after you got done at the gym? And like a few days later, what are you doing? Well, I forgot to do an intro, I forgot to do an outro, forgot to do a dramatic little like modeling session at the end so I could put that intro in the beginning. I literally forgot everything. I don't know, I had a lot going on. I just did it and then I took it off and then I was in the shower and I was like,
all around me are familiar faces.
but this is how it turned out. I can't dance. My look was a Valentine's Day inspired look and I did everything pink. I did the pink background and I did the whole pink shebang going on. And if you would like to know how I did it, then keep on watching. Okay, so I'm sketching out where I want all the bone stuff to be, my bones inside the body. I have to voice over this entire video because my road video, my Go, is the worst thing ever to have been brought into my life. So I'm not using it ever again. It cut out all the audio and now I'm just very mad about it. I'm gonna get my money back and I'm gonna use the regular audio microphone in the camera and we're never to speak of her ever again. Anyways, we're sketching things out. It can be a very rough sketch. I have a reference picture that I'm looking back at because, you know, I am like barely past an anatomy. The bone test was very hard for me. It was a really hard time for me. But what I do know is the chest is the thoracic. The thoracic cavity lives somewhere in there. Okay, so now I'm just painting myself pink because you know what's coming up soon? Valentine's Day. I'm so overtired. Oh my god. I am using the pink from the Mehron pastel palette. Yes, the Mehron pastel palette, but you will never catch me not using Mehron paint. So yeah, just like try and color around all of your rough sketches. It's like a coloring book. Wait, I can't hear you. I'm sorry, speak up. What are you taking? I can't hear you. I'm actually taking white and coloring in the bones, but I'm just a dingus, so I can't really see it. So I'm like highlighting my collarbones because like we have to make those pop because like we have to look as skinny as like a skeleton. So I think this is the sternum, but I was just like wondering if like the guy that's like in the sternum is really stern, so he's like numb sternum. So I was just wondering like what the ribs ever did to just consistently live forever in a cage. It's just disrespectful. R.I.P. to the rib, rest in bones. Okay, so we need to fix this whole like pretzel situation going on, so we're gonna have to start shading. This is the main part and I might just stop talking and let you watch because it's going to be so long. So I'm just taking red ochre from the Modern Renaissance palette and I am just shading in the general areas where I know the bone would create shadow. So like next to every white space. Now I'm taking a fluffy brush and just blending all of my harsh lines down. And I'm actually taking some shadow and going right actually on the bone to give it some more dimension because obviously bones are round and not flat. Then I started shading just like in between some of the little pretzel shapes because it looked too pretzely, so I decided to disconnect some of them. But honestly, I'm dusting just a lot of shadow everywhere, giving everything a three-dimensional look. I almost forgot about the shoulder joint. This is the ball and socket joint, the one out of two only joints in the body that have ball and socket joints, the shoulder and the hip. So now I am taking Corrupt by Makeup Geek and I am putting that in the shadows that I think would have the most depth, like the ones that are the deepest. Corrupt is a black eyeshadow. Just giving the balls and the sockets dimension. Of course, they're balls. They have to have some dimension. Hold on, and there we are. I broke my arm when I was little, and it looks like a freaking boomerang. Now I'm making all of the vines that are underneath the bones. You know, like the ones that are like 6-second videos. They're really quick. It's that kid that goes like,
more like Hurricane Tortilla.
Okay, I'm off my BS, but just take some green paint and create some little vines that are maneuvering ins and outs of the rib cage and the shoulder. I'm gonna take a black eyeshadow and I'm gonna shade right underneath each of the vines. I mostly shaded underneath them because you kind of just have to pick one light source, so I was like, the bottom of the vine should be good. So underneath the vines, I put the black shadow. So now we're going to start off by doing eyes. We're going to take the Morphe 35B palette and we're going to take those two pink shades and we're actually going to contour / bronze our face up with these two pink shades. So definitely in the hollows of the cheeks, I'm going to quote unquote like bronze up my forehead and I'm definitely focusing on the temples as well. So now I'm taking the pink shadow and I'm putting it right against the paint just to blend it in together so it wasn't such a harsh line. So there was an oven mitt in the oven. My mom was yelling at me because it was on fire. So I was like, Mom, I didn't use an oven mitt because I was meal prepping earlier. Then I was contemplating if I did, but I didn't. Next, I grabbed the Morphe 39A palette and grabbed this color to deepen up all of the contours and the shadows. So after this, I contoured my nose, but I took such a very little amount of the pink because I didn't want it to be too dark and I wanted to be able to blend it out. Next, I took a white eyeshadow and I actually baked right next to the nose so the contour would be super sharp. Now to move on to the eyes, I'm taking this pink shade from the 35B palette. It was the first shade that we used to start contouring, and I am brushing that into the crease. Next, I grabbed the shade we used to deepen the contour, and I just kept that really in the outer crease and the outer V. And I'm taking these two shades from the 39A, and your girl wasn't really in the shot, so I'm just making like a very small, tiny appearance, but I'm just deepening it up a little bit more. And here I am. And then just taking a clean blending brush and just blending it all out. Next, I grabbed a black shadow, and I was trying to go for like a smoked out wing effect, so I just took some black shadow and winged it out. Then I grabbed some more of that deep pink shade, and I just blended it right into the black. Then I just pulled the brush under my eyes and just brushed that underneath my lash line. And I grabbed that shimmery shade and I was going to put it on my lid. I'm never in the shop, but trust me, I was putting it on my lid. And then I just blended everything out so it was perfectly seamless and not patchy. Alright, so I popped on these pair of lashes and I also threw on some brows. I used this as a reference picture for the flower on my face and I started drawing it on the bottom of my cheek. I grabbed a yellow paint and just started drawing on some triangle shaped petals. I know it's pretty hard to see the yellow, super sorry about that. And there we go, Lauren, zooming in, smart idea. Then I just colored in all of the petals pink, yellow. Then I put that little brown dot in the middle. And then I started outlining all of the petals with a nice cool tone brown shadow. And then after I did all that, I took some brown water activated paint and I made some lines coming out from the center of the flower. Then I ended up just getting carried away and I ended up just outlining all of the petals with the brown water activated paint. Then I took some white water activated paint and made some lines and dots to create some texture. And then I grabbed some black paint and created some little stems coming from the outside of the flower. I also outlined the flower in the same shape just with the black paint. I made some little round petals on the outside of the flower using the same technique that I did with the main flower. For my lips, I took this Kat Von D lipstick in the shade Mother, and I'm just popping that right on my lips. I thought red was going to be too bright, not too bright, but I knew it wouldn't really match that well, so I took this shade and it worked out perfectly. And lastly, I took the purple and pink shade in the Aurora palette and I highlighted my whole face to the gods. I'm so sorry, headphone users, but this is the finished look.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this look, please like and subscribe. If you would like to see more videos, if you have any other suggestions, please leave it in the comment section below. It's a little dry down there. Get down there. I really appreciate all of you coming. I have a really good idea in mind for one of my next videos coming up, so stay tuned because it's going to be a different tutorial because I've been doing so many tutorials lately and I think I figured out my method with YouTube. I really like doing tutorials, my main thing. I love showing you guys how I make myself into all these creatures, but sometimes we all know tutorials get a little bit repetitive and they can get boring. I can be the first one to admit it. I definitely don't always watch tutorials on YouTube. You want some laughing, you want some comedy, and I really like doing entertainment stuff as well, so I have some entertaining videos in thought. Thinking I'm gonna do about like 2 to 3 tutorials and then I will bounce into a more silly challenge videos. I want to think of original videos for myself, but they all probably will be a little bit makeup oriented, but they will be funny and everyone will probably get a good laugh out of it even if you don't like makeup. But I appreciate y'all being here and I hope you can stay. Please like and subscribe. I really thank you guys so much. Everyone that stays to the outro. I'm a lot to handle. So if you stay till the end, you're awesome. I love you and I will check you in the next videos. Bye!